to row 14 in the scrapper. Long way from home. There's an LS400 that's been here for 2 weeks. It's probably been cleaned out, but maybe we'll get lucky. There's some later LS400s, but I don't think their parts will work. There's a high voltage vehicle, Prius, in the junkyard. Someone ripped into the inverter. All right, this looks like it. Looks like it's missing quite a bit of stuff. Okay, this will give me a good opportunity to take a look at the inner workings. Well, it has a switch, but I think this is for the door lock. It's broken and it's missing a piece. I guess I'll see how much they want for it, but I don't know. I don't know if this part is even worth having. This thing's been pretty deeply dug into. Seats are shot, most of the interior is shot, the sunroof's actually. This thing does not have the weird chrome flares that mine does. It also has a valance, and you know what? I might try and grab this door handle, or maybe even pull the panel off and just see what the process is like. Really is a good looking car. Alright. Did not get a door handle. The only one that would have worked was, well, the window was down, so you can't really access it. Bam! Alright, now we got a hubcap on all four. I also got speaker and tweeter. And this is like a nice Lexus sound system one, right? And this and the hubcap was $9. I'm gonna go to another junkyard and try and find a handle though. It's driving me freaking crazy. It's so hard to get in the car. I'm gonna go try 1 or 2 more places. Alright, so here is my door handle for the LS. As a reminder, here's what we got going on here, right? So this part has broken off and only this little part opens the door. And so yeah, that sucks. So we're gonna have to replace the handle. Obviously my car is not white, so we're gonna paint this. But before we get paint matched, it's gonna get some primer, and I'm gonna run it with primer because it's gonna be a minute before I get the paint, and I can't stand using that thing. So I have been totally freaking out about the sunroof glass. I am at a junkyard now. We're looking at another one, and I've been totally freaking out about it because I thought you were gonna have to take apart basically all this stuff up front here, literally take the whole headliner out and replace it as an assembly. But I just watched a video of a dude who shows how to do it, and it takes like 3 seconds, and I'm at a junkyard right now, and check this out. So I undid the nuts off these studs. Look. It's gonna come right out. When I watched that method, I was scared because the first step he said was tilt the glass up. And I can't tilt it because it's in a junkyard and they have all the batteries disconnected. I think I'm actually gonna be able to do this. All right, this could prove tricky. Oh, just kidding, that was really easy. And for the scary part, I'm going to put the new glass in. Now the other thing is, this is the shifter trim piece. These clips on this get broken and it becomes loose all the time. These clips are literally replaceable. So that's totally awesome of Lexus to do, and that's really handy. So if your trim piece is like this, and you can go to the junkyard and just snag these if you can find one. I got pretty lucky. I found a full set of 4 that were unbroken, so I'm gonna swap them all over. Fun fact, my trim piece was, all 4 of them were broken, and it was held down entirely by human slime. Yeah, it was really gross. It was nothing but like spilt soda and disgustingness that held it on. And it literally held it flush for a long time, so gross. Alright, next I have some transmission fluid. Hopefully 2 quarts will do it. I am going to go ahead and lift this thing up and do a transmission service. I'm just going to do a drain and fill, but I'm going to check the tranny fluid as well as the engine oil and some other stuff real quick. Alright, so it was full. It smells a little burnt. It could be in better condition, but it's wasn't super bad. So I've been hearing a whirring sound. Just based on the sound, it's either going to be wheel bearings or it's going to be these tires. So if you get kind of a good look at here, we have a little bit of feathering and cupping going on. Just looking at the tread pattern at every other little knob here. Some are bald, some are not. These are like winter ice tires, so they're noisy anyway. So in the rear wheels, we have some less than awesome findings. So there's not quite a lot of play here, but probably see it a little bit. God damn, that's actually kind of a lot, so that sucks. The previous owner has already replaced the shocks, and the rest of the suspension actually looks pretty good and tight. I'm going to go over it again, but that's pretty good. The suspension tends to fall apart on these quite a lot from what I've heard. Alright, doing a transmission service on this vehicle is very easy. So here's the transmission pan. All we really have to do is drop that plug and then just go ahead and drain it and then refill it. And really it's as simple as that. Alright, so this is the ATF that came out. Much different than the cherry red that we put in. I discovered that rear end noise, or at least we did, I had Dante shake it while I looked. It's pretty clearly the upper ball joint, so that would explain a lot of the clunking that's going on. It looks like a pain in the ass to do. It looks like the axle might have to come out, but other than that, we got my little valence piece on the rear on, the ATF flushed, and things are kind of checked out. I also took a peek at the brakes because my ABS light is on, and also when he did the brake job last, he didn't buy pads with the brake wear indicators, and so that light is on, the brake level indicator is on basically. That plugs into like the ABS harness, so I'm wondering if that has to do with why the ABS light is on. It sort of feels like it doesn't quite pull, but it feels like one side engages before the other when applying the brakes. I want to make sure that everything's lubricated properly and stuff. I don't know, we'll see where I want to go with all that, but transmission service is done. Hopefully it gets the shifting a little smoother, and then of course we have the moonroof or sunroof, or I don't know the difference. Alright, this car is pretty musty. The guy that sold it to me complained that the blower motor didn't work that great. And I was discussing that with my friend. He's like, well, does it have a cabin filter? Because cabin filters can get clogged, and that'll prevent your blower motor from blowing hard because it'll be restricted. And I was like, well, you know, because I used to work on Toyotas, and I was like, well, you know, generally things that old don't come with cabin filters, but come to find out, my 94 does have a cabin filter. And first of all, it's nasty under here. I just pulled the cover off. Oh my god. It's looking bad so far. Based on that thing that I already pulled out, it's gonna be grody. So, let's see. Oh, yep. It's disgusting, that's for sure. Okay. That's it's pretty evidenced by the black and mild wrappers and some of the burns in the interior that this vehicle was smoked in. I think him and his girlfriend smoked cigars in it, which is probably why this is so dark and tarred up. There's also dog hair, and that definitely smells like the nasty smell that the car has been protruding. So now the car is probably going to smell a lot better. Alright, so there's actually two. As you can see, that one is also disgusting. Ew, there's even like... That's the reason that mechanics have good immune systems.